Alright guys, so this is a comp that you guys can try out right now with White Lily as well as with Frost Queen. And it is going to be very similar to how it was before, alright, with how, we had Golden Cheese before. However, now it's going to be White Lily. And White Lily does have some perks that, when you guys use Golden Cheese, you won't have. And that's going to be the Entangle and some periodic nuking that she is able to do. However, this is a pretty stable comp that can be used for a lot of different teams, against a lot of different teams, and it has been shared by Wolfy Jen. So shout out to Wolfy Jen for testing it out and sharing it with me. And I will be sharing the toppings and a couple of the comps that you guys want to also watch out for, just in case you guys are using this comp. First of all, let's start out with the toppings. It's going to be 5 of the Swift Chocolate. For Crimson Coral, we are using, damage resist as well as cooldown as the substats. And you just want to max out, if possible, on the damage resist and then cooldown. All right, and the next one is going to be White Lily. White Lily is using 5 of the Searing Raspberry, focusing on that attack, the damage, the burst damage. So we do have the damage resist as well as cooldown. If possible, try to keep it around the 8%. The reason why it is because you want to try and have White Lily use the skill around that 1 minute mark, and that is going to be harder the more cooldown that you guys have actually. So if you have less, it's not a problem, but it will be delayed just a little bit. So just keep that in mind. And then we have Frost Queen. Frost Queen is using 5 of the Swift Chocolate for this one. We are using and focusing on damage resist as well as cooldown. And then we have our Parfait, 5 of the Swift Chocolate here as well. We are focusing on the cooldown as well as the damage resist as well. Cooldown damage resist around 20% is what I will say you should focus on, and then damage resist as well. And the last one is going to be Snapdragon, of course, going to be focusing on the 5 of the Swift Chocolate. No damage resist required. 23.7% cooldown at least, if possible. All right, so this is going to be the team, and right here you can see that the treasures are going to be Whistle as well as the Jelly Watch and the Paper Charm. So the Paper Charm is actually really good right now in order to counter a lot of the burnt cheeses as well as any of the fittings here as right now, because you want to get rid of those, those debuff immunity stuff if possible onto them. All right. So here we go, guys. Let's go into the arena and let me show you guys this team in action. But one thing, I guess, before I mention it is that Frost Queen, all right, Frost Queen needs to have higher attack than White Lily. All right, please try to have it if possible, because Frost Queen needs to take the hits of Golden Cheese instead. If your White Lily and Frost Queen are similar promotion and your attack is higher, then go with 3 of the Searing Raspberry, 2 of the Solid Almond for White Lily. All right, that would be the better option for you. All right, so here we go, guys. All right, guys, so this one is going to be the double tank as well as the double DPS, the classic build that has been going around for the arena since this season. So here we go, guys, with this team. All right, so my Parfait is level 75. I'll change that. But you can see right here that as Frost Queen is using the skill, all right, and when the freeze comes out, that's when the Paper Charm is going to activate, getting rid of that in case, they have a burnt cheese or financier, getting rid of that buff, all right, which means that the enemy is going to get frozen, all right? And then when the freeze happens as well, then you're also able to go and make sure that White Lily entangles the enemies as well, all right? So that's another thing. And then, of course, you want to make sure that, Frost Queen does have the higher attack so that Frost Queen is getting targeted, because White Lily needs all those buffs, right? White Lily does more damage depending on the number of buffs that she has. So make sure to have Frost Queen tank Golden Cheese instead. So this comp is really good. And the reason why we are using certain cookies is because Crimson Coral gives a ton of buffs. Parfait gives a ton of buffs. Snapdragon gives a ton of buffs. And then we also have the Whistle and the Jelly Watch buff as well. So that's the reason why. And there you guys go. White Lily doing 7.6 million, as well as Frost Queen doing 8.3 million. And my Frost Queen, is at level 20 now. I was trying to keep it at level 15. I just couldn't verse any of the ones that had level 20. Like the damage difference between 15 and 20 is just too much. So in order to verse the teams out there, I had to kind of increase this one that I was saving up. All right, so this is another comp right now, the triple DPS comp that is kind of on the rise. I think for this one, we can try and use the Vial comp with the feather. All right, so here we go. All right, here we go. So we got the Entangle. All right, Frost Queen taking that hit, so all the buffs are on our White Lily. All right. Ooh, come on, here we go. We got the Snapdragon. All right, in case one of our cookies do die, you know, we do have the feather to revive. Okay, but it seems like we just might not even need the feather here. All right, maybe right here when the enemy golden cheese comes back alive, we're gonna lose Frost Queen. Yep, we lost Frost Queen, no problem. Revive, feather, Vial activates as well. Entangling, and ooh, that golden cheese escaped it. But here we go. We should be able to finish it off here. Boom. There we go. All right, so because of the fact that we don't have any particular, like, you know, debuff immunity that we need to get rid of, I decided to use the feather and the Vial. And dang, dude, Frost Queen's damage is insane. But on top of that, you know, we allow White Lily to do the entanglement, which allows Frost Queen, right, to deal even more damage than what she would normally be able to do, because these cookies are entangled, can't do anything. All right, guys, so this is going to be the Rebel Burnt Cheese quote-unquote one-shot comp here, it seems like. But we do have the Paper Charm, so we get rid of the shield. So let's see if this works as well. All right, guys, so it's the Captain Caviar Seafarer one that they have. Let's see if our cookies are able to... Yep, there we go. We just got rid of them. And White Lily did what she needed to do. She just entangled them, and then Frost Queen just finished it off. Like, come on. It's just too strong. The entanglement is for 2.5 seconds. So it is a long duration. All right, so this is one of those comps that you might want to watch out for. And when it comes to a comp like this, I think it might be best. All right, it might be best if you use the Vial and the feather here as well. But it is a comp that I have been struggling against when I'm using this particular comp, all right? Because Icicle Yeti blocks a lot of the damage as well, heals Frost Queen a lot too, and then you have Burnt Cheese and such as well. So we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go, guys. All right, Frost Queen, wow. Almost died, but still alive. All right, Parfait healing, good. All right. Come on, White Lily. All right, we did get rid of Golden Cheese's revive already, so it's good. Oh, wow. Ooh, White Lily's the one coming back alive. Oh. We're still gonna lose. Yeah, so this is one of those comps that are a little bit harder to deal with because we have Fettuccine, tanking and slowing down our cookies. We have the enemy Frost Queen, who is immune to freeze as well, and then Golden Cheese, who takes the Financier buff as well, gets is immune to freeze, and then starts targeting our cookies here. So a comp that you might want to watch out for when versing. So usually they show Icicle Yeti. So yeah, might want to watch out for this one. So this is meant for you to go and verse the Creme Brulee comp as well, because you're gonna get rid of the Burnt Cheese shield, and then the Creme Brulee is gonna get frozen by Frost Queen. So here we go. Here we go. You're gonna be able to see right there. The Creme Brulee is Ooh, barely survived right there. All right.
Intoxicating.
Getting rid of the shield right there. Ooh, timing, timing. All right, here we go.
Intoxicating.
1 minute mark. Boom, just all gone. Oh my goodness.
Shoutout. Intoxicating.
And there you go. Yeah, they just exploded. And there you go. I mean, this comp has gotten stronger too because of the level 80, right? But look at this Frost Queen, because we do have this where we're able to get rid of debuffs, right? Some of the cookies that should not be frozen are getting frozen as well. And then we have the Entangle. It's a very strong comp, in my opinion. So again, a very great comp that you guys can use. That Wolfy Jen has shared. And the treasures are interchangeable. Like, if there is no burnt cheese and you know for sure that it's just gonna be like Crimson Coral in the front, then you can just go with either a feather here. You can put a scroll in here. You can go with the vial and feather comp as well. There's a lot of different variations that you guys can try out with the treasures. But just make sure that this particular one right here, Frost Queen, is the one taking the golden cheese shot. All right, that is required. For those who are trying to replace, Crimson Coral, in this particular case, it's harder to go and replace Crimson Coral. The reason why is because Fettuccine can kind of, tank as well, but it's not the same as what Crimson Coral is able to do, because Crimson Coral is able to give buffs. All right, buffs to White Lily, so that's why you do a lot more. But if you don't have Crimson Coral, then something like this is another variation of a comp that I will also be sharing and testing out more to give you a more of a solid build that I can share before the arena ends. All right, but shout out to Wolfy Jen once again for sharing the comp, and hope you guys can use this to climb the arena.